Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. This time we're going to do a breakdown on Winchester's Super X turkey load. This one is 3" ounce and 7/8 of number 4 shot. These do come in 2 3/4 inch. I don't know about 3.5. I have not bothered to look, but I don't think the double X come in 2 3/4. Side of the box, top of the box. If you want to read anything, just pause it. But from the cutaway here, it looks like this is put together exactly like the double X's are, which are, again, if you didn't see that video, just like the Longbeards without the smashed plastic buffer material they use. Well, I say it's smashed plastic. That's not confirmed, but it appears to be. But it looks like a fairly standard Winchester turkey load. Nothing special. Here's the side of the box. And I guess you could call this the bottom of the box. Again, if you want to read anything, just pause it. This being the Super X, it's just plain old Winchester's silver box, silver and gray. Here's what the shell looks like. 3" shell. They do have the sealed crimp, heat sealed crimp right there. No other sealant on it, just the heat sealant, which is cool. Does make it a little bit hard to reload these, but I don't think they really intend for people to reload these. 3" ounce and 7/8, 4 shot, and we have high brass, which again is just brass plated steel. Winchester primer. All in all, it looks pretty good. You can see what appears to be a felt wad down here, and I'm going to say the wad in here is gray, going off the dark appearance of the hull right here. So let's get to opening this up and seeing how they put it together, although I expect it to be very similar, if not the same, to the double X and the Longbeards. Using needle nose pliers, I'll pry the crimp up, dump the shot out. I hope you can hear me over this not jet, but semi-truck. Why did I say jet? And then I'll be flaring out the hull so I can pull the wad with wire cutters. Fairly easy to do. Let's get to it. So here's our payload. It is 1.884 ounces, which is pretty much ounce and 7/8 exactly. So we do have our ounce and 7/8 payload. Winchester is usually pretty good at that. We have copper plated shot and buffer, and that is the payload including buffer. Without the buffer, I would assume that this is a 1.86 ounce load. There's not a ton of buffer in these, and I don't think Grex weighs very much, so I'll just say it's 1.86. Yes, I could measure it, but I cannot find my little straightener thing I used to separate the the buffer and shot today. I don't know. I just can't find it. But it is 1 7/8 ounces. Shot looks great. Buffer is always a plus. Great. Here's what our gas seal looks like. It's a 1/4 inch, and yeah, I did have to pull it out with a screw. Winchester gas seals are in their shells really tight, which is a good thing. No chance of powder migration or gas blowby. No, that hole does not hurt anything for 2 reasons. One, there's a felt wad over it, very hard felt wad too, and it is also 1/4 inch. That does help to seal it. And the next, we have our wad. Well, technically this isn't a wad, it's a shot cup, technically, because it does not have a gas seal. It relies on the plastic gas seal underneath of it. But yeah, here's our shot cup. I have seen these come in red, white. The 10 gauge version is blue. But yeah, pretty typical Winchester turkey load shot cup here, or wad if you want to call it a wad. Same thing that's in the Longbeards and the double X. Great wad here, or shot cup, whatever you want to call it. They produce amazing patterns. And for a charge, we have 35.5, let's call it 35.5, of whatever this is. Some mysterious ball powder. We'll never know. But that's what the charge is. The wind's messing with it now. But pretty normal for Winchester. They use ball powders a lot, if you didn't know. Here's what the inside of the hull looks like. I didn't realize this is Winchester's hairy hull. Those are rare. But here's our base wad. It is a flat base wad, not tapered. We can see our primer, and there is what appears to be a couple flakes of powder left around the center of the primer. But yeah, straight wall hull. Winchester's hairy hull nonetheless. You can see that in there. And it went back together just fine. I just crimped it on my Payload all, not doing nothing special today like using the guip or anything. There is a little hole in it where the burned crimp seal was, but I did seal it with some clear fingernail polish. It's not going to leak buffer or anything, and this one is ready to go. Well guys, there was Winchester's Super X turkey load 3-inch ounce and 7/8 of 4-shot, listed at 1210 FPS. I don't think there's a ton of difference between these and the Double X. The only difference I can really see is on the box. Those are listed at a much higher velocity than the regular Super X version. Forgot what it was for a second. But these are ounce and 7/8. The Double X I have seen are ounce and 3/4 at 1300. I think that's the difference. The Double X is just higher velocity. But if I'm wrong, go ahead and correct me. But guys, I think that's going to end this one here. Pretty interesting shell. If you hear that, someone's car alarm's going off. Cool. But yeah, pretty interesting load here. Very comparable to the Longbeards and the Double X from Winchester, but this is the Super X. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.